It could be less, but it is not going to be more than 750,000 naira. Where there is crop, where there is improvement, human effort, that will be valued separately and adequate compensation will be paid for that. But for land, which we all need for our own collective development, no landlord, no landowner will hold our development and this state to ransom. We are going to peg it. It's going to be, it won't be above 750,000 naira per hectare. We will also work out the cost of any development. If there's any farm or things like that, we'll pay for the crops and so on. Where a private building is to be taken over in the public interest, which you have powers to do under the Land Use Act, I will not hesitate to sign appropriate acquisition notices in overriding interest, because we must all make sacrifices for the state to develop. Now, some hectares may cost more than others, depending on the way the experts assess the area. But I want it to be known, the government of Bayelsa State will begin massive acquisition of areas that we intend to use now, and areas that we intend to acquire and reserve for future use, so that these areas can be planned. Let me also sound notice to members of the public who, either out of ignorance or because they feel that government does not care or bother, have gone to encroach on government land. Let me warn them that the sooner they get out of all government land they have illegally encroached upon, the better for them. Because while we are talking of making new acquisitions, we are also serious about reclaiming all our land. For landlords, for persons who have collected compensation and have still gone ahead to sell government land without government authorization, you can be rest assured that the law will catch up with you now. And this committee, in no distant time, will come up with an inventory of all government lands, those acquired properly, those part acquired, those that are acquired that have no encumbrance, those that were acquired and people have already gone back to buy and sell. We need to take all of this back. Members of the public should bear with us. This is your restoration government. We have to do what is right and proper. While we are prepared to pay compensation, I want to also sound a note of caution and also plead with land-owning families, land-owning communities, that, as you know, land is for our common use and development, subject to payment of compensation. When we serve a notice that we intend to use a particular place, please don't sell the place again. Don't also use the place again. My officials will be in touch with you from the Ministry of Lands, from the CCDA, from the Surveyor General's office, and they will mark it out and be in touch with you, and we will try to be paying as much as government resources allow us to do so. We all must make sacrifice for our development. I want to thank you all. I want to congratulate members of this committee, and it is on this note that I hereby inaugurate you all as chairman, vice chairman, and members, and also secretary respectively as follows. Iboro Ige Idaba will serve, the executive secretary of CCDA will serve as chairman of this committee. As I indicated a short while ago, the Surveyor General of the state, Mr. Bisinta Awudu, MNI, will serve as vice chairman of this committee. The secretary of this committee, because of its important nature, is Mrs. Lovina Inauguration, the Director of Lands, Ministry of Lands. Mr. David Okolai will serve as a member of this committee. Mr. Agaroa Dwala will serve as a member of this committee. Mr. Apollo Efreke will serve as a member of this committee. Mr. Kenneth Stanfast will serve as a member of this committee. My good friend and countryman, Sunday Omekwe, will also serve in this committee as a member. Mr. Romeo Adi will serve as a member of this committee. So Bimo H. Festus will serve as a member of this committee.